we got a new toy. So this past year at ATA, Darton launched their new foldable kickstand for their ST2 series and their Consequence 2 series. And unfortunately, it's only going to work on those two sets of bows. It's not going to work on the older sequels or any of the older Dartons. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. Trust me, I already tried, because obviously the more bows this is going to work on, the more of these I'm going to sell. This beautiful little kickstand right here retails for $99.99. Now, before you go get your panties in a wad and say, oh, my plastic one costs $34, $50, $60, this is not plastic. This is actually machined aluminum with carbon rods, and let me tell you something. This thing, it looks bulky, but hold on, where's my scale? I thought what some of y'all are thinking, I thought, man, that looks like a lot of extra weight. Granted, it is going to be mounted on the limb pocket, so it's not a bad place to have weight. But according to this scale, it's back in, make up your mind, it's going back and forth between 7 and 8 ounces. As far as adding a noticeable amount of weight to the bottom half of your bow, or bottom quarter of your bow, I should say, you're probably not even going to notice it. This is something you can order directly off our website. I'll put a link in the description, and install yourself. As long as you have 2 hands, really, you might not even need 2 hands. You just need 1 hand and be able to operate an Allen key, and I'm about to show you how. This is a ST233 right here, and if you look, you got a couple holes right here. Well, that was strategically put in there for a reason. Of course, I didn't know that. Nobody else really knew that, to my knowledge, when they came out with this bow. And you got your 2 little forks. They're going to slide right into those holes strategically. Boom, that pops on. And then it's also going to come with this little screw right here. Where's my camera? There it is. Nope, found it. Nope, lost it. That screw. You're going to go ahead and get that started and thread it in. And I have no idea what size Allen key it takes, because I'll be honest with you, I don't know what size any of these Allen keys are. I just look at them and say, yep, that'll work. Snug that in, and it is not coming off. You don't need to take it off, because why would you? When you're in the blind turkey hunting, deer hunting, or whatever, you don't have to worry about taking this thing on and off, because it's already stationary. And then you can obviously set the legs however wide or narrow you want, and boom, you can put your bow anywhere. Literally, all you're doing is twisting this out, and you can bring them as close to the riser or as far out from the riser as you want them. Twist them down. I mean, it's basically like screwing in a stabilizer. That's technically what it is. I think those are quick disconnects for stabilizers they got in there. At least that's what it looks like. And boom, you can fold them up. It's not going to impair your top stabilizer, your bottom doinker, your back stabilizer, none of that jazz. Vast majority of your bow manufacturers already have some kind of kickstand that's integrated just for their bows like this. For all the bow companies out there that don't, get on it. I love this feature. And see, the problem you have with a lot of kickstands out there that are universal is you have to have a long enough stabilizer in order to set your bow down. When you have a integrated option for a kickstand like this, it just sits on the back of your cam. Now, yes, don't stick your cam in the mud, people. Please use a little bit of common sense. Make sure you're on a dry piece of ground to where the dirt doesn't cake up in your cam. Or, I mean, if worse comes to worse, yeah, you can lay it down like this. There we go. If you lay it down like this, the only thing you got to worry about is your limb pockets, which that's not going to necessarily hurt anything too bad. And that way, it's still keeping the bottom half of your cam and the top half of your cam off the ground. Thank y'all again for watching. Once again, if you're interested in one of these bad boys, this does work only for the Consequence 2 and the sequel ST2 series from Darton. I'll put a link in the description. We have same day, if not next day at the latest shipping. Thanks for watching.